Shalom, Yahba, Shemi Shabbat, Yahweh Shema, Arthur, Bashim Yahshai. This is Priest and Captain Shemawa Allah, ISPK Headquarters Queens class. We're going to get right into it. We're going into slavery of the other nations and salvation for Israel. When I say Israel, I mean blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians. We're going to start off with Genesis chapter 25, verse 23.
Genesis chapter 25, verse 23. And the Most High said unto her, two nations are in thy womb.
Two nations are in thy womb. What's nations? A race of people. Two races of people in Rebekah's womb. Read on.
And two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Mm-hmm.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
Uh-huh.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
And the elder shall serve the younger. That's future prophecy. That's the prophecy of slavery right there in the Bible. Let's see who the elder and who the younger is. Read on.
Verse 24. And in her days to be delivered, her were fulfilled. Behold, there were twins in her womb. Verse 25. And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment, and they called him Esau.
And they called him Esau is the father of the Edomites, if y'all don't know, which is the progenitor of the Caucasian race. Your English, your French, your Dutch, your Germans, Australians, Spaniards, Portuguese, all those nations over there, Russia, Ukraine. That's the white race. That's who our oppressors. That's the white race, and they shall serve the younger. Who came out next? Jacob, who were the forefathers of the nation. So this is a prophecy of slavery right here in the book of Genesis. That one day the white man will serve us. We'll serve the black man. Now I know we was in servitude then. We still in servitude to this day, but the time is coming when it's going to be a revolution, and they're going to have to serve us. Go to Isaiah 45 and 14. Isaiah 45 and 14. Read what you got.
Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 14. Thus saith the Most High, the labor of Egypt and merchandise of Ethiopia and the Sabians, men of stature, shall come over unto thee, and they shall be thine.
All these men of stature, all these kingdoms that are so great in America, England, the European Union, Asia, they're going to come on. They shall be thine. We're going to own them. Read on.
Right. They shall come, Slaki, they shall come down unto thee. They shall make supplication unto thee, saying, surely the Most High is in thee, and there is none else. There is no power.
I said they should say, surely the Most High is with blacks. All these people who's calling niggas, spicks, back savages, put them in the projects, put them in a reservation, put them in barrios. How they have the Mexican babies locked at the border in cages. Right. That's a terrible sight when the mother was breastfeeding the baby through the fence. Right. That's terrible, man. One day they're gonna say the Lord is with them people. That's what they're gonna say. Go to the same book, chapter 49, 23.
Isaiah chapter 49 and verse 23. And kings shall be their nursing fathers, and their queens, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face towards the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet. And thou shalt know that I am the Most High.
You see that? They should look the dust. Their kings should be our nurses' father, and their queens our nursing mother. Just like we had to be their nurses back in slavery time. We had to breastfeed their kids. Our women had to breastfeed their kids. Not their own natural white mother, but we had to do it. We had to take care of the sick. And what's the matter, boss? We sick? We sick, boss? You know what I mean? We had to do that. But one day they're going to come do that. Hey, Peraza, what's going on, Peraza? Hi, sir. How may I serve you today? So how can I make you happy today, Shalayala? How can I make you happy? They're going to do it to us, man. They're going to have to go get our food. They're going to have to pick that cotton. You know what I mean? We're going to be having them on auction blocks. Like these have right here in New York on Wall Street. That's why they call it Wall Street, because it was a big wall. And he had slaves up on there. They was trading us on Wall Street. You know what I mean? One day we're gonna do that to them. You got something to say, Pratazar?
Oh, it's like it's I just missed the last scripture that you pulled, sir.
Isaiah 49:23.
Oh, 49, 20.
And you know, this is the famous because they should look the dust of but we do that at camp right now. But it's going to even more so in that time. They're going to bow down. Go to the same book, Isaiah 60:12.
Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
Yeah, don't think when Christ returns, right, it's going to be all like, oh, Christ is back and the white man is going to give up his seat. Now, he's going to fight back. He's going to fight. First, he's going to be in hiding because of thermonuclear warfare. You know, all these nations with the underground cities and bunkers and things like that, they got, you know, months worth of food down there and things like that. When that one, they're gonna come up out of them caves, out of them holes, and they're gonna fight. They ain't gonna want to, but we said right there, they're gonna perish. They don't want to serve. So you don't want to fight. You don't want to serve Christ. A black man from the tribe of Judah, a Negro, you can die. You don't want to serve the 144,000. You don't want to serve the new guard. That's it's be a change of the guard. You don't want to find. You can just die. You can just die. You get put to death. But you either you get put there or fall in line. Go to chapter 61, verse 5.
Isaiah chapter 61 and verse 5. And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers.
Your vine slaves. That's what you're gonna be, a slave.
Right.
I know it's hard to hear, especially when it comes to our oppressor. Nobody want to say he gonna be a slave. Everybody else don't have no problem. You say, yeah, them Chinese people gonna be a slave. Yeah, I'm tired of them in our neighborhood and all this. I'm tired of these people. I'm tired of them Arab. But as soon as you say the white man, nah, man, what? No, God love everybody. Right. Didn't the white man march with Dr. King in the 60s? Right. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? God don't look at color. God, color don't matter. And you know, now's an excuse because you want to love your master so bad. But they gonna says right here, the strangers shall feed your flocks, and the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen. They're gonna be out in the field plowing. They're gonna feed our sheep, make them nice and fat so we can eat. And they're gonna get the scraps, like how they used to give us the scraps. How they used to give us pork. You know what I mean? Things like that. In the pork trough, and they had us feed eating all that nasty, disgusting swine. We're not gonna feed them pork, but we're gonna be doing that to them. They're gonna get chicken feathers. Okay, be happy with them chicken feathers, them chicken feet. Here, take that and be gone. We're gonna treat them like that, and it's righteous. What's the book of Revelation? Reward them double. They rewarded you. They gotta get through harsh slavery. They got to pay for what they have done. Go to Isaiah 14:1.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Most High will have mercy on Jacob.
But Most High have mercy on Jacob. You think that because we strung out on drugs, we living on the street, we gangbangs, this and that God ain't gonna forgive. He gonna have mercy on Jacob, man. Read on.
And will yet choose Israel.
And will yet choose it. Why? Because that promise he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. How he said he gonna make our seed our nation as the sands of the sea. You won't be able to count us. God has a memory past because he remembers the covenant that was made. And we in the eyes we keeping that covenant. We bringing it back. That's why the scriptures say he gonna say the word for the elect's sake. So he shall yet choose Jacob. Read on.
And yet set them and set them in their own land.
And set us in our own land, man. We ain't gonna be in the projects no more here in America. We're not gonna be on the south side, west side. We're gonna be no more gang bang. We're gonna be in our own. We're gonna be in Jerusalem again, man.
Right.
All that Middle Eastern is Israel, not just that little piece of Israel they have now. They call Israel, but Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, all that is Israel. And we're gonna have it back. Read on.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
And the strangers gonna come, but how they gonna come? Read on.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Verse 2. And the people shall take them.
We're gonna take them. Read on.
And bring them to their place.
That's right.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Most High for servants and handmaids.
Slaves. That's the result of war.
That's right.
Slaves. You're gonna be a slave oppressor. Chinese, Japanese, Arab, East Indian, Hawaiian, Polynesian, Vietnamese, you're gonna be a slave. That's your future. That's your future.
That's right.
Get ready. You know what I mean? That's your future. But all the stuff that's going on in the news, things like World War III is coming.
That's
coming.
right.
You know what I mean? China getting into Taiwan, and they're still fighting over there in Russia with the Ukraine. All this is signs of all this. We live in a time of prophecy right now.
That's
It's
right.
a glorious time. That's right, but not for you a heathen. You're gonna get put to death. You're going into slavery.
Damn right.
It says so right there. Go to Revelations 2:26. Two and 26. Yeah.
Revelation chapter 2 and verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
He that overcome. What does the scripture say? He that do unto the end, the same shall be saved. We gotta do it to the end. And what else to say? And keep with my work. This is Christ talking. And keep with my works until the end. And to him I will give him power over. We're gonna have power over our oppressor. Read on. 27.
Verse 27. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall be, shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father.
And that's how we're gonna rule them, but a rod of iron. The scripture say don't spare the rod. We ain't gonna spare the rod when it comes to these other nations, man.
That's right.
Because they're gonna fight back. We're gonna have to get them, and they're gonna try to rise out of slavery, just like how we used to try to rise and we get our eyes burnt out of our sockets. Then get our tongue cut out and feet cut off and all that, get whipped. We're gonna do it. They're gonna be people doing that. They're gonna be heathens doing that. I ain't taking this. I ain't doing. Nah, man. We're gonna take that rod, bop, that whip, bop, get back in line. We're gonna cut their feet off. We're gonna castrate them. You know what I mean? Thus saith the Lord, not my words, but God's words.
That's right.
You know, we're gonna reward them devil. Go to Revelation 13 and 9.
Revelation chapter 13 and verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Shall go, not maybe, not probably, not God is still thinking about it. He shall go into captivity. Read on.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Must be killed with the sword. You know what I mean? Now, we've been enslaved under every nation on this earth at one time in history. The white man's slavery is the most recent and the most cruel and the longest. But it's been every time where he'll be put into captivity. So all the nations got to go into captivity in the near future. And he had to be killed with the sword. You know what I mean? Go to second Esdras in the Apocrypha, 15 and 56. Got it?
Second Esdras chapter 15 and verse 56. Like as thou hast done unto my chosen
Like how they did to who the chosen? Israel, Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, Seminole Indians. Read on.
saith the Most High, even shall the power do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief.
Put us in slavery, you going into slavery. Read on.
Verse 57. The children shall die of hunger,
Yeah, those children going to die of hunger, starvation. Read on.
and thou shalt fail.
Fall.
Slaki,
messed
shall
up.
fall, shall fall through the
You're
sword.
going to fall through the sword. You're going to get gunned down. You're going to get shot. Our police was going to shoot you 60 times in the back. Something like that. How they do us. Read on.
And Slakia, thy cities shall be broken down,
That's it. We're going to tear this place down. America going to be a lake of fire, burnt up. Read on.
and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field.
And all down shall perish by sword in the field. Read on.
Verse 58. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger.
They that be in the mountain shall die of hunger. Remember, that's what them underground cities, them caves they got and all that. That food gonna run out. They're gonna die of hunger. Read on.
and eat their own
They're gonna eat
flesh,
each other. That's how we used to have to eat our own children in slavery because of starvation. We ate our children. Read on.
and drink their own
And
blood.
drink their own blood for lack of thirst. Read on.
For very hunger of bread and thirst of water.
That's how hungry they're gonna be. That's how thirsty they're gonna be. They're gonna eat their own flesh and drink their own blood. Read verse 30, 20, 59.
Verse 59. Thou as unhappy shalt thou come through the sea and receive plagues again.
You shall receive plagues, and it's happening with the monkeypox, COVID. You know what I mean? That's coming. That's all that's here right now. That's this, and God just getting warmed up. He's stretching right now. You know what I mean? He just doing some jumping jacks. He ain't started lifting the heavy weight yet. You know what I mean? He coming with more. You know what I mean? Now that's slavery. Now let's get salvation for Israel. Go to Psalms 14 and 7.
Psalms chapter 14 and verse 7. Oh, that the salvation of Israel,
Salvation of who?
Israel,
Mhm.
will come out of Zion when the Most High bringeth back the captivity of his people. Jacob shall rejoice, and Israel shall be
It
glad.
says the salvation of Israel. It didn't say the other nations. It said Israel. Psalms is one of the favorite books of the Christian church, right? They love reading them Psalms, but they read the Psalms to make them feel good, like Psalms 121. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is my shepherd, thou shalt not. They like reading that type of stuff, but they don't read this. Go ahead, Paratiza.
Salaki, sir. If I may, what you're saying is so hard, body one west, that when the Christian church read, the book in Psalms, the way that they read it, thinking that it means everybody.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's the brainwash right there. They put
Exactly.
it in a way like it means everybody.
Exactly.
Then they go straight to John 3:16.
Exactly.
After they read Psalms,
Exactly.
it
Yeah.
says Israel, then they shoot to John 3:16. So they
Exactly.
do some type of
Yeah,
like a mind,
it's slave. It's a slave Bible. It's from slavery. You know, you read a book when we was reading the Bible in slavery, it was a white man standing right in the back, making sure they only say what they want them to say. You know what I mean? You get a watch me called Good About Uncle Tom. It shows that.
Yeah,
It shows that the white man standing right there in the room, making sure that black pastor don't go off script. You know, and that's how we've been brainwashed in slavery. Go to Isaiah 46 and 13. No, I'm sorry, Psalms 53 and 6. Slack it. Psalms 53 and 6. Slack it.
Psalm chapter 53 and verse 6. Oh, that the salvation of Israel will come out of Zion when the Most High bringeth back the captivity of his people. Jacob shall rejoice, and Israel shall be glad.
I said, when it says bring it back to captivity, he's gonna bring it back to everybody's remembrance. What happened to us, what we went through. You know what I mean? He's not saying bring back like we're gonna go on chains again. That's not gonna happen. He's gonna bring it back. He's gonna bring it back to that I better remember. Everybody gonna remember, yeah, them blacks, them niggas, them Israelite motherfuckers on the corner, they were right this whole time. You know what I mean? They were right. Go to Isaiah 46 and 13.
Isaiah chapter 46 and verse 13. I bring near my righteousness, it shall not be far off, and the salvation shall not tarry. And I will place salvation in Zion for Israel, my
You
glory.
see that? Salvation is not far off, man. We almost there, people. If you blacks and American listening, we are almost there. Don't give up now. You know what I mean? Because we're gonna get persecuted in these times, things like that. Things are gonna happen. You try to cut things off, cut off EBT, cut off welfare. Because there was food. So now, even now, you go in the supermarket, it's not the shelves ain't packed.
That's right.
You know, like how it used to be packed. I mean, things is missing, or they got that thing what they call shrinkflation. It's the same price, but the bottle is much smaller, or it's not as much as in the bag, things like that. You know what I mean? But you're still paying the same money. So all these things that happen, but this is just like being tried right now. Things are gonna happen, but you gotta hold on. Go to the famous one, 45 and 17, Isaiah.
Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Most High with everlasting salvation. Yea, Saki, ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded world without end.
Israel shall be saved. That's the precept for John 3:16. That's the world that John 3:16 is talking about.
That's right.
There's difference between the earth and the world. You got many worlds. You know what I mean? You got sea world and third world countries, things like that. When Columbus came here, he called this place what? The New World, right?
That's right.
You know what I mean? He didn't get on a ship and go to Mars or something like that. He came over, he was on the same planet. It's just a different way of life. That's all it is. And Israel is that nation that's going to be saved. Go to Isaiah 52 and 7.
Isaiah chapter 52 and verse 7. How beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of him that bringeth good tidings, that publisheth peace, that bringeth good tidings of good, that publisheth salvation, that saith unto Zion, thy power reigneth.
TDJ's reading this? Is Creflo reading this, man? You know what I mean? It's Joe Osteen and Dr. Charles Stanley and all these people, are they reading this? It said salvation unto Zion, and it said everybody else. You know what I mean? All these heathen pastors, they ain't got nobody being up on TV anyway teaching nobody nothing. They not qualified. You know, they need to hand over the keys and try to give it to us.
That's right.
So we can have the big mega church and all that, and we can broadcast to people. We the only ones qualified to teach this Bible, man. You know what I mean? Go to Isaiah 62 and 1.
Isaiah chapter 62 and verse 1. For Zion's sake will I not hold my peace.
Right?
And for Jerusalem's sake, I will not rest.
Except for Zion and Jerusalem, he should not hold his peace, man. He gonna bring thermonuclear. The Most High gonna bring thermonuclear warfare to this place, to the world. Bombs, the things are blowing up. The elements shall melt with fervent heat. Hunger coming, famine coming, diseases coming, more diseases is coming. You know what I mean? All that's coming back, and he will not read on.
Khan, until the righteousness thereof go forth as brightness, and the salvation thereof as a lamp that burneth.
I said, go drop down to verse 11.
Verse 11, behold, the Most High hath proclaimed unto the end of the world, say ye to the daughter of Zion, behold, thy salvation cometh. Behold, his reward is with him, and his works before him.
See that? Behold, salvation comes to the daughter of Zion, man, to Israelites. That's who it's coming to. It's not coming to everybody else. Go to Jeremiah 3 and 23.
Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 23. Truly, in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of mountains. Truly, the Most High power is the salvation of Israel.
See that truly in vain salvation is hope from the hills, man. All these governments and everything like that, they say that's what it means, hope from the mountains. All these governments, man, it's in vain. They think because they get they make a lot of money, they're rich, that the Lord is with them. They think because they got our people in captivity that the Lord is with them. And this must be God's will. But truly in vain is hope for salvation. Because salvation is for Israelites. That's who it's for, not for us. So no matter how much you try to beat us down and put drugs in our community, guns in our community, make weed legal, you know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna be a bunch of drug addicts. How much all the devices that they try to use to oppress us is not gonna work. And anything they do to try to save themselves is not gonna work. Because truly hope salvation is vain, but their salvation they hope for is vain. It's pointless. They might as well just give up now. Go to Jeremiah 46 and 27. 46. Jeremiah 46 and 27.
Jeremiah chapter 46 and verse 27. But fear not thou, O my servant Jacob. Be not dismayed, O Israel. For behold, I will save thee from afar off, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return and be in rest and at ease. None shall make him afraid.
You see that? You see that? Fear not, O Jacob and Israel. Fear not. Blacks and fear not. And because the time is short and it's coming. So you just gotta keep working. We gotta keep putting in that work. That's what we gotta keep. And being resting, he said, being resting as ease, and none shall make him afraid. We're not gonna be afraid no more, man. Now people are afraid to walk down the damn street because you might get shot by a cop or something like that. You know what I mean? It used to be back in the days, you had to worry about your own people mugging you or something. Now you gotta worry about the police who's supposed to be protecting you. You know, you're afraid they're gonna put a knee on your neck.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Shoot you through the window like Sandra Bland, all that, things like that. Oh, what's the brother who's just eating ice cream in his living room? What? John something. Yeah, he's Haitian brother. You know what I mean? We ain't have to be afraid of that anymore. It's gonna be time we don't have to be afraid of that anymore. We're gonna be in safety and comfort, and it's all due to our King Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? That's the way we not. We just gotta keep on working. We're gonna get the prize.
Right.
Go to let me see. No. Yeah, go to Zechariah 9:9.
Zechariah chapter 9 and verse 9. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, thy king cometh unto thee. He is just and having salvation, lowly, and riding upon an ass, and upon a colt, the fowl of an ass.
That's a prophecy of our King Yahweh Shai. He said, rejoice, because our king coming. He said, that's what he said, our king cometh. Christ is coming back. Christ is coming. He's coming back for war.
Right.
You know, he's coming to cut heads off and put this place right back in order. Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
He's coming back. Go to in the Apocrypha Baruch 4:24.
Baruch chapter 4 and verse 24. Like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they see shortly your salvation.
That's right.
From our power.
You see that? Yes, and that's right. They seen our captivity. Why? Because they put us in captivity. That our neighbor, all the nations around, but they seen that. They seen us even up to today. They seen us in the projects. They seen us trying to get trying to go and get some chicken wings and fry right, and you 10 cents short, you ain't getting their food. You know what I mean? So what you gonna eat now? They seen all that. Read on.
Sir. Which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting.
Verse
25.
Verse 25, yeah.
My children, suffer patiently.
Yeah, that's how I was talking about. We gotta wait. We just gotta be patient. Can't give up now. Read on.
The wrath that is come upon you from the Most High. For thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but surely thou shalt see his destruction and shall tread upon his neck.
Saying, but shortly we shall see his, and we're gonna try. We're gonna put the knee on their neck.
That's right.
See how you like it.
That's right.
You like choking to death.
That's right.
Brock, that's in the Bible. This not tough talk. This is in the Bible. You know what I mean? I ain't making this up. Read it for yourself. You know, we're going to my last week. Go to Hebrews 9 and 15. Yeah, chapter 9, verse 15.
Hebrews 9 and verse 15. And for this cause, he is the mediator of the New Testament, that by means of death, for the redemption of the transgressions that were under the first testament, they which are called might receive the promise of eternal inheritance.
You see that? Christ is the mediator of the New Testament for those that are under the First Testament. Now, this goes for Jehovah's Witnesses. They always talk on that spiritual Israelite garbage. Well, who's in the First Testament? Blacks and Hispanics. It was no Asians back then in the wilderness. There was no Moabites, no Ammonites, no Edomites, no Ishmaelites, no none of that. It wasn't none of that. It was just blacks. It was Ephraim, Manasseh, Dan, Gad, Benjamin, Judah. That's who was in the wilderness. So Christ came to save those who was back then today. You know what I mean? For eternal inheritance. So Christ did not die for everybody. Our oppressors going into slavery. He gonna get put to death afterwards. You know what I mean? All the other nations are going into slavery. Israel shall be saved. All you gotta do, like I said, we read in the Apocrypha, suffer patiently. It's gonna be all right. And we got pay your tithes. Support this truth. Pay your tithes. Support this truth. You know what I mean? Pay your tithes and send your priest officers in, your camp fund, and all that. Do what you're supposed to do. And but most importantly, get in these doors, get behind these lines, get in class. If you're a black Native American, so that you can learn how to save your life. Shalom.
Shalom, Israel.